Before we get into everything about the stadium and all the new name changes going on, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It helps distribute our content to other Mafia members, so it would be much appreciated. Thanks, guys. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Be Fair Sports Talk. First time ever on the Zoom chat. I'm Dave Goodman, and on the other side over there, we got Dad. And
Dad,
how you doing, buddy? How's everything going over there?
what's going on, buddy?
Oh, not too much, man. Just hanging out. What is it? So we have big news, obviously, Bills fans. We have the breaking news of obviously the stadium wanting to be changed, the name, obviously. So New Era Field has requested the let go of their contract and stuff with with the Pagulas from the stadium, and they have a statement that says the Buffalo Bills and New Era Cap Company jointly announced that New Era has asked to be released from their naming rights and sponsorship deals with the Bills. The Bills and New Era are currently negotiating the details of the separation, and the Bills are beginning the process of pursuing a new naming rights partner for the stadium. I think it's interesting, man. I think that they got pressured to be let go. I think personally because of everything that happened with them laying off a bunch of people. Mark Poloncarz, the Erie County executive, was actually also talking about how the stadium was not – he did not like the name of the stadium because of New Era and how many people they're laying off and stuff like that.
Yeah, this has been a problem, I heard, for the past 3 months, close to actually a year now. And they've had enough. New Era and the Bills from the very start have had a terrible
Partnership.
Everything. Yeah, partnership and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't really know what it's going to be called, man. I
know.
There's a lot of options out there and rumors flying around and stuff, but personally, I think they should just go back to the Ralph, honestly, because
Yeah.
I mean,
there's a bunch of Twitter trolls out there saying that they shouldn't do it because, oh, it's connected to the drought. It's connected to this. It's like, fuck you, dude. This guy sat here, and he's the only reason we even have a team at all. You might as well just call it that name. Everyone calls it the Ralph or Rich anyways. No one calls it New Era Stadium or whatever the fuck it was,
no one calls it like Cap Field or anything, or the Cap or anything like that, or like New Era.
Everyone called it the Cap for like a day as a joke when they first announced it. That faded out so fast. I'm glad that one ended. The Ralph just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, I know. It's like, I don't know. It's more manly, I think. But honestly, listen, I was digging in the morning today, and I read something funny. There was a bid for naming rights on the Bills already from a company called Tushy. Tushy. I'm not kidding. It is a toilet cleaner brand, okay? And it's called Tushy. And I mean, they were the first bidders. They were the first bidders to be named.
My literal claim right now is fucking Lysol, man. I think that Lysol cleans. Dude, Lysol Field. They sit here and honestly, they have to be making a killing right now with everything going on. Why not sit here and sponsor yourselves and put it on a fucking, huge goddamn thing? Lysol Field. Beautiful. Why not?
Maybe Poloncarz will feel more comfortable with putting fans in the stadium.
Right, yeah. Cuomo will be a little bit better about it too, maybe.
Half the fans, as long as everybody has a Lysol.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
no,
I guess
honestly, Tushy. Tushy though.
Well, the reason why New Era especially had to let go of their naming rights manual, they're paying $4 to $5 million a year to the Pagulas. And when you're laying off 117 employees and you're keeping the naming rights to a goddamn stadium, though, that sounds really selfish, especially to a place where you're headquartered in and you started your brand at. I feel that New Era has completely abandoned its roots of where it came from, man. I feel bad for them. I know that they're struggling and they have to restructure, but, they definitely don't need a stadium name then if they're going to be having to downsize then, obviously, so.
How, in your opinion, who's more at fault here, Bills or New Era Field? I think
it's partly the pandemic as well because it's shrunken the market for hats. You got to imagine how many hats they sold at games, how many hats they sold just regularly for seasons and stuff. So I can imagine that they're hurting on sales. I'm not saying that they're not, struggling and shit like that, but they sat here and they took a loan. They took a big loan of like $5 to $10 million loan or something like that. And they took this loan out to keep these employees, and then all of a sudden that well ran dry after that loan, and now they didn't even wait for the next stimulus package to come out before they started laying off all these other people. So it's going to be interesting to see where New Era goes from here. And a lot of them they laid off came from our headquarters in Buffalo, which really made a lot of people upset, mainly because there's 117 and of 187 layoffs came from Buffalo's headquarters. So
Right.
it's been one of those things where they feel like they would have worked with New Era more to keep those employees there. I feel they would have been more than willing to try and work with something, especially something like New Era, which such a big brand they are, but they came from Buffalo, and they literally run the whole hat franchise now. So I don't know. I think that they didn't have to lay off as many people as they did, but they did what they did. So, and I think that with that though, they definitely need to get rid of the stadium name. Then they don't deserve it. Then.
Now hold on. If we wanted to switch it back to the Ralph, all the Bills would really have to do is probably ask his wife, right?
I don't think they'd even have a problem with that. I mean, if you have a problem with she didn't have a problem with it being the Ralph when they first owned it. They changed. They changed the name obviously to make some money. That's the whole deal of this because you're getting the sponsorship. Like I said, they're getting paid like $4 to $5 million, which I'm sure is covering their shitty Sabres team. Losing money. So, I'm sure that they need something. I'm sure they need something and everything for money. So I don't know if they're going to go with the route because they won't make a sponsorship money on it. Like I said, they will need some brand name. I'd imagine that they'd go with. I don't know what they're going to go with exactly, but I'd imagine some brand name. Should it be the Ralph? Yeah, I would probably still call it the Ralph no matter what they call it.
Hmm.
So,
Well, who knows? I mean,
yeah.
we're gonna soon probably here.
Hopefully Tushy sits here and gives a good meaningful bid.
Can you imagine the jokes, honestly, though, if we
Mm.
named the Buffalo Bills Tushy Field? Like, oh my God.
Imagine
People
Mark
would,
Sanchez if that was his fucking game. Oh man, he'd be butt fumbled
oh
all day.
man.
Uh, What is it? Yeah, no. So, by the way, guys, last set of news here. There is big news coming out of Washington as well. Not really sure what's going on yet. Bunch of big news though happening. Make sure you guys take a look at that stuff coming out. There's big news on the name change for them as well, for their team, and then also news coming out about Dan Schneider as well. We'll see what's going on with that. So, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Though we wanted to talk to you guys real quick about the stadium name change. New Era Field is out of here, and I think it's a good thing for right now. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. That's Dad over there. Anything else you want to say, Dad, before we get out of here?
Just pretty much. I hate Cam Newton, and let's go Bills.
Yep, and let's go Bills, baby. Thank you guys so much. Have a good one.
All right, see you guys.